Hello, hello, hello. I am Bets Golden. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you are here. Today's video is actually in preparation for a blog hop that I am doing with Cut Cardstock. We are each creating, all the designers that are participating are creating a Halloween themed project. I've decided that I want to do a little mini album utilizing their cardstock with some fun inserts. It's going to be Alice in Wonderland Halloweeny themed, but I thought it would be a good idea to do a video on how to create this album because it is my idea. I've never seen it anywhere else, and I thought it would be better to do a video than just in pictures. So the hop is on October 26th. I have embedded this video into that blog hop post. So if you're heading over from there, you are at the right spot. If it's not the 26th yet, make sure that you go ahead and follow my blog, which is www.betsgolden.com. I'll have that listed down below so you can participate in the hop as well and enter for a chance to win some fabulous prizes from Cut Cardstock. So what I'm using today is actually cardstock that is from them. It's out of the Darius line, and I'm using the purple and then also their black cardstock. Both of these are a texture, really nice texture. So I'm going to be creating a little mini album with 8 sheets of paper and then also some chipboard. And I did start this video and then my son called and interrupted it, so I had to start again. That's why my chipboard already has things on it. You're going to want 2 pieces of 12 by 12 chipboard that you have cut down to a 9 by 12 piece of chipboard. And you are going to score each 9 by 12. You're going to score the first one at the 5.5 mark and the second one at the 6.5 mark. And what this is going to do is it is going to create for you your cover on your chipboard. So you're going to want to take some heavy duty glue. I'm using Multi-Grip by Beacon, but I also really like the mixed media glue by Beacon. However, any kind of glue that can hold up will work, because not only are you holding together your gorgeous album that you're creating, you also are going to have inserts that are heavy on the inside, and you need to make sure that nothing is going to fall apart. So you're going to give a nice covering on one of these panels, and this is going to be a super duper chunky album. And then you're just going to line it up with the seam, and you are going to adhere it. And we are going to just apply some firm pressure all over, like so. And like I had said, I had already started this process and then my son called. Luckily, I wasn't so far along that I had to really get like, oh man. All right, so this is going to set up as we work on our inserts, and we're going to let this dry. So as you can see, this is going to be a really super chunky album because of the type of pages I'm putting on the inside. All right, so the next thing that you want to do is you want to take a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and you are going to score it down the middle at the 5.5 mark. And what this does is this is going to create for you a insert that is in retrospect a page for your album that is 8.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to show you some of those that I created. This is the first one that I did out of black, and I used a hexagon punch at the top. This is going to be the edge, and this is what I'm going to use as to adhere inside the album. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So I just got a little bit creative. You can do all of it the same. If you don't have a hexagon, that's okay. You don't have to do this. This is just what I did. You could do a circle, you can do a square, you could do a tab, you could do nothing. It doesn't matter. And then for this one, I created this pocket here, like so. So it's super easy. And then I did this one again with this pocket. I just wanted it to be a variation and have some really cool aesthetics going on. And I made a total of 7 inserts. All right. So these are going to go inside of my album. And now I need to work on the inside of the album. So you're going to take, again, another sheet of cardstock, your 8.5 by 11 cardstock, okay? Now I've already folded this out in preparation. you're going to line this up on your scoreboard and create a score mark at every half inch increment. So you're going to have 22 spaces. From there, you're going to go ahead and fold it like you would a fan. Then you're going to stretch it out, and we're going to start to adhere, flip it over, and we're going to start to adhere the little domes, the little mountains I call them. So I'm going to glue that together. This is going to stay blank. You're going to stay flat and glue that together, glue that together, glue that together, glue that together, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that right now. And again, I am just going to pop this down in the seam. And you are not having, I mean, yeah, you do want it to be, you want it to hold, but you're going to reinforce it with those, with the inserts that you're using. So it's not the end of the world if it's not like a really perfect hold, because you're going to just kind of use this as a guide, and your inserts are really is what's going to hold this all together. So you just want to do this, and I'm going to do this with you together so you can see what I'm talking about. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you want there to be less space between the two, you can go ahead and just score every other at the quarter-inch mark. That would be okay as well. All right. And then this one, so I'm skipping every other. All right. And usually by the time that this is set up, the one behind it is set up nice enough. This is going to leave you with a 6-inch, it's going to be 6 inches across, which is going to fit perfectly into our chipboard album that we have created. All right. So see how it's already starting to create that bind mark? Again, depending on what kind of glue you use, the Beacon Mixed Media glue dries really, really quick. This one dries a little bit slower, so I'm having to kind of take my time with it. But it works quite nicely. All right. It's amazing what you can do with chipboard. And I decided to do this because I had bought a graphic 45 album that had different pockets and cute things in it, and it wasn't nearly as big as this, or even the variation on the inserts were not as much, and I paid $25 for that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. Literally, I think that my chipboard pieces ran me $1.79 each, so for roughly $3.50 and maybe $5 worth of chipboard, of paper, I can make this album. So this album, the basics of it can come together for under $10. So that's pretty good. All right, almost done here. See how that's coming together? Does that kind of make sense? And then we're gonna flip it over and do this one right down here. Okay. There we go, like so. All right, now once this is all set up enough to draw, once it's set up enough, we can go ahead and start to put that into our album. And the measurement on this is, actually, it's only 4.5 inches, so that's really cool. So you could actually use even less of a inside of your album. You can make it thinner if you wanted to. All right, so this is set up relatively well. Let's go back over here, and we are going to adhere it to the inside of our album. All right, you know, and you could even add more if you wanted to at this point. So we're just going to line that up add it to the inside. So I'm just going to take my glue, and I'm really going to be generous with this because I want it to stay. Don't want it to fall out. Super important that you have a very good glue for this. All right. And again, I don't use tape on this because tape is like, if you use a tape on this and you don't like your placement, you can't slide it, and glue, you can totally slide it around. All right, so that looks like that's enough. And yes, I do use a lot of glue for this. All right, and I'm just going to pop it down. So, and so. And now I have my mini album that's come together. And also something that's nice about this glue and the mixed media glue, and I'm not trying to sell Beacon because I don't have an affiliate link with them. I just like them. What's nice about this glue is that it, I can, you know how like right here it's showing, I can rub that off with my finger or with an eraser. It'll come up. So I'm just making sure that this is really nicely adhered. You really want to make sure that this is nicely adhered before we move on to our next step. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to add one insert, and it's going to be the same thing for across the board. You'll continue to do the same process all the way across the board, but you're going to have to see the final piece over on my website because I want to decorate the inserts before I put them in. But just for this first one, I'm going to just show you how you can do it. All right, so now you have your book together, and you just have to add in your inserts from here. And so this is one of those little erasers that you can take and just get that ookies off. I call them glue boogers. All right. So that comes up really, really easily. All right, now this is the fun part. I'm going to adhere the last page because it's purple and I think you'll be able to see it better than, actually, no, that's not the black. 1, 2, oh, I pulled that out of the center. I did that wrong. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, I still want to do a purple page. So I'm going to do the second one in here. So what you're going to do, this is so easy, is you're going to take this side and you are going to glue this here onto what other little tab you want. And you're going to glue this on to the other side and you're going to hold it like that. And that is going to create for you the insert to your mini album. It's also important that you run a little bit of glue around the bottom here to create a full pocket so nothing falls out. So let me go ahead with you right now and just do this step. So I'm just going to take the edge of it like so, and this side like so. So your folded side is actually your side that you are going to turn. That's the outside of your page. And then right there, like so. Okay, and just make sure that you have it in there. Apply a lot of nice, good pressure to create that page. And then from here, you can put tags in, more pages. You can put a picture out here. You can do a tag in there with a picture. You can do multiple tags on this as well. So from here, you're going to have to go over to my blog to see this finished step out of this whole album and just see what it all came together and look like at the end. I will have that posted. Again, that's part of the hop, so you might as well just hop through and enter for your chance to win. I also am going to be giving this album away on my Instagram. I will post a giveaway on my Instagram for this album, and it's going to be a Alice in Wonderland theme album. That will happen as soon as I hit 5K on Instagram. So if you are not following me on Instagram, if you can go do that, that would be so wonderful. I would so appreciate that. You have no idea how much that would mean to me. I'm trying desperately to build community over there. I do follow back. If you are following me and I'm not following you, please let me know and I will make sure that I take care of that, because that's not fair. If you know, I don't like it when people do follow for follow and then they delete their stuff. I don't ever do that. So if you can just go over and follow me, and then I will post this as soon as I'm at 5K for a chance to win this little album that I have created. I'm going to give it to one viewer, and I think it'll just be really just a lot of fun. All right, I certainly hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I certainly hope that you do so. Make sure that you head over to my website, my blog at www.betsgolden.com to see how this whole thing came together and what I am going to be giving away on my Instagram channel once I hit that 5,000 mark, and also to participate in the Cut Cardstock Hop. Until next time, happy crafting.